got the tag down. And I don't know if Snyder was in or not. This may be the best angle. I mean, it's hard to tell. So now it's Felipe Lopez, and it's a tie game. And the fastball is high. Now, Feliz was trying to cut it off, and if he doesn't try to cut it off, I'm assuming he thought that the throw was offline. You saw Molina right there leaning to his left. So the throw probably would have been way offline, and the fact that Feliz tipped it, he tipped it back into an area where Molina could catch it. This is listed foul. Davis over, but he'll run out of room. See, when Feliz tipped it, it knocked it right back into the home plate area, and I mean, the guy that had the best look at the play was the home plate umpire. Runner going to third, and he's going to steal it. So Correa completely ignored Nuke Logan. One look and go, and what's going to happen is you're going to get a good jump. Messenger is in the bullpen. Two and one to Lopez. So Correa deals now to Lopez, and Lopez flips it down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. Coming in to score is Logan. Batista goes over to third, and the Nationals now take the lead. So Lopez comes through with a double. And this inning has been a disaster for Kevin Correa. Logan and Batista with singles. Lopez with a double. And Belliard's going to be walked intentionally. So the Giants came into this inning with a 2-run lead, and now they trail by 1. So all the good vibe from 7-5-6 is gone, and here comes Bruce Bochy. So Bruce Bochy goes to the pen. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Giants baseball is brought to you by the all-new, fully redesigned 2007 Toyota Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. By Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability. By McDonald's. Need a quick snack? Try the new Chipotle Barbecue Snack Wrap, now at participating McDonald's. By your Northern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. And by Comcast.
Randy Messenger on to face Ryan Zimmerman with the bases loaded. 1 out. And the Nationals leading 7-6. First pitch is a strike. F.P. Santangelo is out of the cat box. He is now in Mr. Kruko's seat as Mike is at the end of the Giants dugout waiting to interview Barry Bonds when this game is over with. The numbers for Messenger. So F.P., welcome to where it's warm.
Thank you.
The 0-1 to Zimmerman is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we went in and we got the right-hander. Get the right-hander up. And
you got the last man standing. I'm still trying to catch my breath.
There's a pitch in tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, this is not a short stroll from where you were at into this area here.
I went best speed, man. Through the crowd, in the elevator, up the stairs. Got my workout in for the night. Now I'm ready to watch a ball game.
2 balls and a strike. Hit into right center field. Randy Wynn will track it down. This, however, will be an RBI for Zimmerman. And now the Nationals take a 2-run lead. So you can't expect a better at bat than the one they just got from Ryan Zimmerman. Also on the play, Lopez moves to third. It's now 8-6. 4 runs here in the 8th inning as the Giants are just cruising along in a feel-good mode. And how quickly it can change.
He talked about it being a doubleheader after the whole ceremony and the game stopping. Second game's not going so well right now.
No. Here's Dimitri Young. Foul down the left field line.
Come on, Williams, come on.
Giants in the 8th inning will have Durham, Feliz, and Franson. Dimitri Young, who doesn't take many 0 for 4s, is at the plate. And he bounces this one to Durham, who will get a real nasty overspin hop, and that will retire the side. Damage done, however. 4 runs for the Nationals, 8-6. Washington. And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. 7:56. Bonds stands alone. He is on top of the all-time home run list. What a special moment for Barry Bonds. And what a special moment for these fans here in San Francisco. There it is. And that's our Toyota drive of the game. Good call. I'd like to do that again. Out of play, Langerhans. Kearns bounced back to Messenger while we were showing you the home run. Oh, and 2.
So every home run he hits from here on out is history. Do you get that excited?
Well, probably not.
You know, I couldn't even hear you in my headset out there. I couldn't hear.
Oh, I'm sure it was just crazy out there. It was a good changeup, and Church is gone. I mean, it was hard to hear yourself with the crowd because as soon as contact was made, it's typical of most of Barry Bonds' home runs. You knew it was gone, and he doesn't hit many to the warning track. Let's put it that way. On the ground to Klesko. Klesko will take it himself. It's a 1-2-3. top of the ninth. We will go to the bottom of the ninth. Another look. 8-6. National. 7:56 tonight. Indeed, it happened, and it happened in the 5th inning. We are going to cover the press conference. Bruce Bochy's going to be involved. I'm under the impression that Mike Bassick is going to be there. And, of course, there would be no press conference if number 25 wasn't going to be there. So he will be there. We will give that to you. So we're going to be here for a while, so do not go to bed. Open up another bottle of Pinot. Sit back. Or if you need, get a cup of coffee.
Can we do that?
Absolutely. Ted Cordero is going to come in and do the pitching. Cordero with a blown save last night. He's got 8. He's got the most in the National League, and he throws Rajay Davis to strike. On the ground to third. Nice play by Zimmerman, and Zimmerman will make the play. And it'll go 5-3. Here's the numbers for Cordero. See the saves and the save opportunities. That's not good.
No. ERA is good. Walks to strikeouts is good. Opponent batting average is decent. But you don't want those blown saves.
Yeah, give me the time of game when this is over, will you? Pitches down low to Klesko.
Now, you've been through a lot of this stuff. You saw 73, 715. Where does this one rank?
This one is way cool, more than any of the other ones.
I mean, it's organized chaos right now around the ballpark. I was running all over the place. I was trying to get the guy. They caught the ball, and they whisked him away in a car. It was presidential-like. I mean, they threw him in the back of a car. They drove him out where the players' parking lot. I mean, it's just been crazy.
Well, remember when Bonds broke the record in 01, McGuire had broken the record in what?
98.
98. So there wasn't a whole lot of time in between. I mean, this one was, did I hear Aaron say 33 years Aaron held the record. So that's been a pretty magical number for a long time. Three and one to Klesko. Klesko would love to get on, and that would bring the tying run to home plate. And Klesko is going to pop this one up into shallow center field, and Logan's going to run it down, and he can do that. 2 outs. And the last hope for the Giants is Randy Winn. On a night where Barry Bonds goes 3 for 3, he scores 3 runs. He hits his 22nd home run. And the Giants had a 2-run lead going to the 8th inning, and they could not hang on. Randy Winn looks at a pitch down low. Mark Sweeney is on deck. Randy Winn fouls it off the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. 43,154. We're here tonight.
And 2 million are going to say they were here.
Absolutely. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul back, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is inside. It almost hit Randy Winn. 2-2. Winn skies it into right center field. This should do it. Logan underneath it, and he will make the catch, and that's the ball game. So the Giants with a great opportunity to win this one, and as I mentioned, they could not hold on. They give up 4 runs in the 8th inning. They lose the lead, they lose the game, and the final in this one is 8-6. Well, as we mentioned earlier, FP Santangelo to my left, Mike Krukow waiting to interview Barry Bonds when he comes out of the clubhouse. A doubleheader. I don't know of a better way to put it. The first half, the Giants leading, and Bonds hits .756. The second half, I don't even remember, but I do know they lost.
Yeah, I mean, you had 2 games tonight, and you made the call. The water was spraying out there. The fireworks were going off. Barry, with all the stuff at home plate and getting choked up talking about his dad. I mean, it's just something, everybody that was here, everybody that was a part of it, you remember the rest of your life. I mean, I just feel privileged and honored to even be in the ballpark, let alone to be this big a part of it. And it's something I'll definitely tell my kids about tonight as soon as I get home. I'm going to wake them up. This is something you wake up the kids for.
All right, let's go to Mike Krukow.
Barry Bonds, you are the new home run king. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good right now, Mike. Yeah, feels really good. I think I can sleep now.
Well, Hank Aaron, for 33 years, held the crown as the home run king. Tonight, when you became the new home run king, his message on the board was very, very amazing. What did that mean to you?
As a young black ball player, and my family, and my dad, and Jackie Robinson, Hank Aaron, they stand for everything for us. And I can never thank them enough. I appreciate it all. I'm still stunned, and I thank you, Hank Aaron. It means the world to me. It really does. It means the world to me. I love you, man. I love you to death.
You're at bat, Mike Bacsik, a second-generation big leaguer like yourself. Tell us about the at-bat.
Well, in batting practice, I felt pretty good. I was hitting the ball really good off of John Yendo, and I was saying, Willie Upshaw, that I'm gonna do what my dad told me. I'm gonna load my back leg up. When I got the first 2 hits, I felt pretty comfortable, and you know, he came at me. I owe him a lot of respect. He's a great pitcher. He's a class act. He came in to congratulate me, and I'll never forget it.
You're running around the bases, and you felt all the love that this city has poured on you. What did it mean to you then?
This is family, Mike. No better place than family, man. This is family. And I love him.
Well, I think I speak for all the city of San Francisco, Barry. Congratulations, and we're glad that you're a Giant.
Thank you, fans. You're my family, and I love you.
Barry Bonds.
All right, nice job by Barry Bonds. Nice job by Mike Krukow. All right, when we come back, we will have the Toyota post-game wrap. Stay with us. We'll have that right after this. In 8-6, Schroeder the winner, Cordero the save, Correa the loss. Here's our Toyota player of the game. And it's going to be Barry Bonds, who uncorked home run number 756 tonight. And he did it in front of another sellout crowd. 43,154 people watched it. As it left the ballpark, this place went bananas. Mike Bacsik is at the podium. He gave up the home run. Let's listen to young Mike Bacsik.
The situation presented himself where I could go after him, and I went after him all night. I went after him with my best stuff from pitch 1. So he got 3 hits off of me tonight, obviously. Hit the ball good every time. So by the time he hit the home run, he'd seen 15 to 20 pitches off of me, and I was never just trying to get one over. I was always trying to throw my best stuff to him.
You were not thinking at any time, I don't want my name to be attached to this in this way?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to give up the home run, but now that I did, there's nothing I can do about it now except accept it and be part of baseball history. Me and Al Downing, I guess, will be linked for a long time. Hopefully I can win 20 games and be an all-star like him someday. Mike Bacsik. Same name. Yep. You're not we have a different middle name. I'm Joseph, he's James. Any other ones? He said go after him. He said have fun. This is, if I gave it up or didn't give it up, it was something I'll always cherish forever. I got to face Barry Bonds when he was tied for the greatest record in all sports. And he hit it off of me. It happens. He's done it 756 times and against over 400 different pitchers, and some of them are great Hall of Fame pitchers too. So I guess I'm proud to be part of that and part of Major League history. At what point? Oh, I was sitting in the dugout watching. I just wasn't standing. I was just trying to, for the most part, regain my composure because I knew I was still in the game. So I soaked it all in. I mean, I listened to Barry and talk about his father, which was great because for me, my dad played too. So I know how important my father is to me and how he's my best friend and our relationship. And I'm sure Barry and his dad had the same.
We have time for one more question.
Mike, did you ask for anything from Barry or receive anything, a ball, bat?
He gave me a bat. He wrote on there, "To Mike, God bless Barry Bonds." We talked for a minute, and I congratulated him. I didn't ask for it. He gave it to me. He just said, "You're going to be a good pitcher, and I'm going to enjoy watching you on TV in future years." And, you know, he's the greatest of all time. There's nothing else I can say. Giving it up to Barry Bonds is nothing to be ashamed of. Okay, thank you.
Well, to commemorate one of the greatest records in sports history with this officially licensed Barry Bonds 756 all-time home run champion full-size photo bat. The bat measures 34 inches and has a 360-degree image of Barry around the barrel of the bat. The bat sells for $129.95 plus shipping and handling and has the words all-time home run champion. There's a limited amount of 5,000 individually numbered bats available. Call the number on your screen or log on to BigTimeBats.com. All right, we're going to take a break. There's more press conferences coming up. Bruce Bochy, Barry Bonds. We're going to stay here for a while, folks, so sit back and enjoy. We'll be back. We await more from the press conference room. Some more historic information on the Barry Bonds home run. Obviously, we know who the pitcher is. We just heard from the pitcher. The count was 3-2, 7 pitches. The distance 435, and it was at 8:51 on August 7th, 2007. Here's Bruce Bochy.
What this moment means to baseball.
There she is. Pat Bonds right in front there.
My sister Cheryl.
Mr. Sherry?
Cheryl.
Okay, let's start by raise your hands, microphones, right in the back there.
Barry, how much did the message from Hank Aaron mean to you?
It meant everything. meant absolutely everything. We've all admired Hank Aaron. We've all have a lot of respect for him. Everyone in the game. It's just, you know, that's. And right now, everything's just like hitting me so fast. I'm just lost for words again. But I mean, it was absolutely the best. Absolutely the best.
The home run, what is the home run? But because there's so much controversy surrounding it.
Pedro, you're always going to be controversy, so it doesn't really matter. That's the only thing that comes out of your vocal cords.
Barry, hold on. Henry?
Barry, the other day you said 755 was the hardest.
Yeah.
And then you had 2 days to think about 756. Was 756 the hardest, or was 755?
755 was the hardest. Every time I'm training in the wintertime, we're running the hill. It's always harder to get to the top. It's not that hard to come down from the hill. Yesterday, I think yesterday I really tried. It was the first time during the whole entire time I actually tried. And the kid pitched me very well, and I came out of my zone a lot. And then last night I thought about some things. I got with John Yendel again today, went over some things. I went back and looked at some things, and I just remembered some of the things my dad said. And one thing my dad always used to say is, load your back leg, just load it. And I told Willie Upshaw before the game started, I said, I'm just going to do what my dad said, I'm going to load my back leg. And I got a hit the first time, and I've said time and time again, my dad's been right about a lot of things in baseball. And I got the first hit, and I felt pretty good. And when I got a second hit, I was like, sometimes I'm just hard-headed. I need to listen a little bit more to my dad.
Brian? Barry, how do you feel now? I mean, all these years, you've always been trying to chase someone or, chase a particular goal. You're at the top now. How does that, tell us what that feels like?
I don't know how it feels at the moment right now. I'm very happy that it's all, over with. I'm glad that, I'm really happy with my teammates. That's the most thing. And the fans, like I said, the fans here, this is my family. No one ever take that away. No one ever can take that away. And my teammates were, having to go through all this every single day, their support, them being understanding, it was the best. Like I told, Omar and I talked, I said, you guys got to remember something. With all this craziness, you guys are on stage too. We're all on stage, and we all got to try to perform. And ever since, we kind of had that conversation, we've been winning more games than we've been losing, and we've been playing a lot better. Now, the hard part's over, and we get to actually go back to our everyday routines and enjoy ourselves. And like we said in there today, let's now start just having some fun. Now we get some peace and quiet. We can turn the music up, have a good time, and enjoy it.
Janie?
Barry, on Saturday after your BP, it looked like you were on target there, and everybody thought you were going to do it there. And then today, your manager had a good feeling about this. Did you feel like tonight was the night?
Any time that I get into a situation with John Yendel, and he challenges me a little bit and gets me into the groove of things. And like today, I was hitting balls out of the ballpark a little bit more than I've done, and I can feel it. It's just days with John. There's certain times that I can just feel things are going to happen with the things that we go over, the things that we talk about. There's days I just don't have it. There's times that he just really wears me down, and we try to make corrections and stuff. So, but you're only human. You can't. This isn't something you can just do. I learned that through all this.
Barry, you've been surrounded, obviously right now with your wife and kids. How much of a backbone have they been throughout this, and what type of discussions have you had with them leading up to 756?
Well, they've always been my backbone. Everyone's family is their backbone. This is my biggest supporting cast right here, as you can tell, and we're a close-knit family, and it's great. It's great. They're happy. They're excited. I got my daughter back here now, so it was great, and that's what helps too. My daughter was out of the country, and at least it waited till she came back too, and it's also before they go back to school.
Barry, when you hit 755, you had alluded to the fact that as baseball players, it's a fraternity, everybody should pull together. And then the Giants also had mentioned that if you hit it at home, there would be a surprise, obviously that surprise being Hank Aaron. Is that part of the pulling together you hope would happen when you hit 756?
Well, as baseball players, that's who we are. We're a fraternity. We're supposed to stick together, and that's what we do. I mean, I'm rooting for any baseball player. I don't care if you're a first-year player to 22 years like myself. Now, you're here for a reason, and no matter what, I'll stand behind you no matter what. I'm like I say, I'll ride and die with you, because I mean, to be one of 1,200 players, or how many players are in this game, you're entertaining millions of people, and you're here for a reason. It's not accident. There's no mistake. You're a professional, and in this group of guys that we're trying to do our best and work hard and give these people excitement. I'll ride and die with you, no matter what.
Yeah. Barry, you talked about your dad, and here.
Oh, sorry.
Obviously, he isn't here, but Willie was there with you tonight. Can you just talk about what his presence has meant through this whole march that you've been on?
Willie's presence to me is everything. I mean, that's my godfather, and to be able to play out my baseball career and have him have the opportunity to see it is one of the greatest gifts I can ever have. I mean, when you're growing up as a kid, you wouldn't even think he would still be around, and for him to be around, he's really taken that second fiddle that's helped me since my dad's been gone. He's been there for me, since my dad's been gone, and been that great mentor to me and keeping me strong.
Ralph? Barry, the magnitude of this record, this is generally considered by everyone the most revered record of all of sports, certainly American sports. Do you agree with that contention?
I think all records are great. I'm not going to sit there and say that this is the best record. I mean, football has their records, basketball has their records, hockey, Wayne Gretzky's record. I think they all are great records, regardless, whatever sport it is, because it was either or that sport. When Tiger Woods gets to it, it's going to be a great record too. When he gets past Jack Nicklaus and all the pursuit that he's doing. But all these records, there's not going to, there's no one record that, we all can't play the same sport. So you can't, I just don't agree. I think they're all the same.
You told me in the spring of 1994, when you had 3 MVPs, that the goals that you had left were to be in the 4th MVP category by yourself and to win a ring. Now you've got 7 MVPs. You don't have a ring, but now you have this that you weren't even thinking of in 94. How does that all reconcile with your goals now?
I haven't quit yet, so that ring's still coming.
In the back. Barry, back here to your right.
Sorry.
2 questions. First of all, can you talk about what was going through your heart and mind as you rounded the bases? I was interpreting it sort of a relief. You had a huge smile on your face, which we rarely see you. What was going through your heart and mind then?
Well, probably because my mom called me up, and she told me how proud she was of me, and she was just glad she got to live to see me just tie the record. And I think that's what I was thinking about, because I know what my dad would have said. Truthfully, my dad probably would have said something like, "What the hell took you so long?" or something else. Because my dad would never be satisfied with anything until you're done. But my mom called me up, and that was the key. My mom has always been there. My mom's the one who drove me to Little League. My mom's the one who took me to school all the time. My mom's the one who was, concession stand lady and selling hot dogs out of concession stands for all the other moms. I mean, my mom was always the one that was there when my dad was never there. My dad, and I had the opportunity to be together in '93, and my dad also coached me even before then, though. But my mom was the one who always traveled up to be at my first games or be at the most important things. So.
Moms are always very special.
Yeah.
Can I also ask you, with respect to what you've done here, and it's a great accomplishment, as everyone has told you, there are obviously people who see certain things differently. Some people have suggested that this record is, the word you've heard that word, tainted. Is this record tainted? Do you feel at all it's tainted? And what would you say?
This record is not tainted at all. At all. Period. And you guys can say whatever you want.
Barry, you were born into baseball. You grew up in the clubhouse with your father and Willie Mays, and they were obviously very important people to you. My question is, throughout different stages in your life, when you were young and up to now, are there some people who stand out who have been a positive influence for you in your life on and off the baseball field?
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean,
a few that stand out.
I mean, Muhammad Ali is always, you know, to me, there was no one ever greater than Ali except God. Ever. Bill Cosby has always been the other one in my eyes. Magic Johnson was my guy when I was growing up. Basketball, Michigan. You know, watched him throughout my whole entire career. You know, obviously Willie Mays was the other one. There's quite a few other people and stuff, and you know, it's unfortunate you know, you don't mention everybody's name. You know, obviously Michael Jordan was obviously there for me and stuff, and you know, there's so many other people that were there for me, and that I've always will admire and look up to.
David, Barry, you know how sports is. Tomorrow we're going to ask what's next. Have you thought about 775, 800?
No, I haven't thought about that, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to hit a lot better from now on.
Barry, everybody pretty much said Aaron wasn't going to be a part of this, and with the message he was. Everybody said the commissioner wasn't going to show up, and he was here for 11 games.
Right.
Everybody said that the reaction on the road would be negative, and it wasn't.
Right.
Do you have anything to say now about all of this, all the tumult that's gone on through all of this?
No, you know, Barry, I don't throw stones for stones. That's just not my style. It's never been my style. And, you know, just because I'm a to-myself type of person, quiet person, doesn't mean anything. That's how I was raised. That's just the way I am. And, you know, it's just not me. You know, Bud Selig called me after the game. And we had opportunity to talk. He congratulated me. I was very happy about that. I thanked him. He told me it was a great accomplishment. You've endured a lot, and I have a lot of respect for you, and I also have a lot of respect for him.
Andy?
Barry, you saw a lot of pitches before you hit the home run, a couple of at-bats, and then I think that was the 7th pitch of the at-bat there. Were you gaining some intelligence as you went along, and how much has that really helped you during your career, just reading pitchers?
Well, you know, like I sat there and said, my career has always been better when my dad was around. You know, I did this interview with Kipe and them and Kruko, and you know, my career was always better when my dad was around because my dad was the one who always showed me what to do, and he always did the homework for me. And you know, it's tough to do it by yourself. You know, and it's hard to explain the things that my dad taught me and the things that my dad showed me. I knew that Mike had a good curveball. And I knew that watching the films, he can throw it consistently for a strike, and if he really wanted to miss it, he could miss it on his own. But I saw him enough on the films to know that he can pinpoint his curveball pretty good. The one thing I wanted to do, I just didn't want to, I knew he couldn't really overpower me with his fastball, so I really wanted to take his curveball out of play. And the second at bat, I got a hit off his curveball up the middle. I knew that I was going to have a good day, and hitting-wise, I didn't know I'd hit a home run, but I knew I'd have a better day hitting-wise because I knew that I took one of his best pitches away from him. As many times as my dad has told me, you know, if you can take one of their best pitches away and make them go to number 2, you know, you got a better chance, and that's what I try to do. But I have a lot of respect for him. He's a class act guy. He came into the locker room. He congratulated me. I signed him a baseball bat. I told him, you deserve it. Thank you very much for coming over here. It's a class act, and, you know, I hope you have the best career of your entire life.
Henry? First of all, when did you and your mom, when did she call you? Was that?
7:55.
That night, Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay. Second of all, it was hard to hear in the press box when you spoke on the field. I know you mentioned, you talked about your father. What was it that you said, and what was it that you were thinking about him at that moment?
On the field? Oh, I don't remember all that, Henry. Pretty sure I would tape over for you.
Brian?
Hey Barry, there's a lot of people here tonight over here.
Oh.
A lot of people here tonight who helped you get here, but one person who's not able to be here is Greg Anderson. If he happens to be watching TV right now, is there a message you'd like to send out to him?
Why are we in that conversation?
I'm looking around, there's a lot of people
Just
here.
another negative question. I'm not going to get into that.
Danny?
Barry, I know they kept the clubhouse closed for a little while so you could celebrate with your teammates. Can you share a little bit about what that was like in there for you?
It was great. You know, guys, we all got together. They congratulated me. We had a toast, champagne, normal team stuff.
Barry, did you see that the fan who came away with the ball was wearing a Mets jersey? And do you have any hope or desire to get
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I just hope he wasn't hurt. That was all.
Do you want to track down the ball? Do you want it?
I don't want the ball. I never, ever believed a home run ball belonged to a player. Ever. If he caught it, it's his.
Back there?
Barry, can you talk about what this means that Giant ownership brought you back this year and to do this record in a Giants uniform?
I think they brought me back to help this team win, not just to do a record. So I haven't quit yet. So we'll see what happens next year.
Barry, as you crossed home plate and you looked up and pointed to the sky, what words did you express from your heart at that moment?
I was just thanking my dad. I mean, that was it. I was thanking my dad for all the things he taught me, all the things he's done for me. That was all.
Ben?
Barry, about 10 or 11 years ago in the Hank Aaron documentary, you said this record could never be broken, and now it's been broken. Can you now sit back and look back and say, what have I accomplished here, and really marvel at it?
Well, I can't right at this moment. Everything's so new, brand new right now, and everything's just... I don't know. I'll be able to take some time and reflect on everything and sit down and tell you what I really feel, how I really feel, and be able to put my words together a little bit better than I am today.
Ralph?
Barry asked 10 people about Barry Bonds, and there'll be 10 different opinions. You once said if people really wanted to get to know with me, they'd have to come home with me. But now that you're on your biggest stage ever, are there any misconceptions about you as a person that you'd like to correct, or anything you'd like to tell the folks out there who may not have had the opportunity to get to know you very well?
Yeah, don't believe you guys. That's the worst thing you can do.
Barry, I'm just wondering, when you hit 755 in San Diego, the reaction of the Padres players was pretty muted. The Nationals players
not true.
were applauding. Well,
the Padre players did applaud me on their side. Yes, they did. That's not true.
But the reaction here seemed, the Nationals players really seemed to go out.